What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing okay. Now, in today's video, I wanted to discuss the importance of not allowing a bad day to get hold of you and making sure that you turn it around quickly. Look, sometimes we all have bad days, days where we aren't productive, days where we don't get half the stuff done that we wanted to get done. It is very easy to allow that bad day to get inside your head and start overthinking things and start feeling down and even sometimes in a little bit of a rut about the crap day you've had and the lack of progress that you've made. However, a lot of guys, what they will do is they'll take this too far and they'll turn a bad day into another bad day through their sulking and whinging about their bad day, and they turn one bad day into multiple bad days, a bad week into a bad month, just through this negative belief system that they're carrying. Oh, if I have one bad day, I've had a bad week and I'm a bad guy. No. Everybody has bad days. Everybody has bad moments. That's a part of life. That's an important part of life. Without the bad, we can't really appreciate the good. What you need to do when you have a bad day, or a stinker day, as maybe some of you guys would say, is to not allow it to get to you too much. Accept that you wanted to do more, you wanted to be more productive. Identify the areas that you can improve on. Identify things that you can do that will change that from happening again and again. I don't know, let's say you'd had a really good run at reading recently, but you've not read. You didn't read the day before either. Let's say you missed the gym because, you were just feeling like you weren't motivated to go. Let's say you've eaten some bad food. Let's say you've stayed up really late and messed up your sleep pattern. Instead of bullying yourself and, really kicking yourself in the teeth and saying, oh, why didn't I do it? Why have I messed things up? And allowing it to go further than necessary. Simply say, right, we are where we are. I'm not happy with where we are. I would like this to change. In order for this to change, I must change these behaviors. I must not do this again. And I must move forward. Then things will change. As I said, what a lot of guys will do instead is continue punishing themselves for their previous mistakes. You're going to have bad days. You're going to slip up. You're going to make mistakes. That diet you've been working on, at some point or another, you're going to have something that doesn't align with the plan. But it's really important not to completely capitulate when you have these slip-ups and moments where you're not perfect. You don't want to throw the towel in just because one thing didn't go right. You could score 99 out of 100 on a test, but because it's not 100 out of 100, I give up. Well, that's not the good way to go about things. You're forgetting that 99 out of 100 answers you got correct. You've done 99 good things. You just have one thing in need of improvement. And think about it as well. If there was nothing in need of improvement, how boring would life be? I mean, what's the point that we're here? It's to improve, to get better, to make a change, to make a difference. If we were just having perfect days where nothing goes wrong, perfect weeks where everything is seamless and flawless, and there are no bumps in our journey, it'd be so boring. And I would argue that probably, if that is the case, if that is the reality, then you're not working hard enough or pushing yourself hard enough. Because when you are working hard and you are doing difficult things on a regular basis, that leads to failure. A lot of failure. But failure leads to growth. But if you're not, working hard enough so that you can't even have slip-ups, that's something you need to address. But look, the point I'm getting at here, guys, is that you're going to experience moments of dips in performance. Maybe your strength has gone down a little bit at the gym. Maybe you've neglected your diet a little bit. Maybe you've been engaging in some bad habits that you've told yourself you don't want to be doing anymore. There's going to be moments where you have little blips. It's very important to, instead of sulking about these things and really punishing yourself and getting down about it, to quickly turn it around. Stop it in its tracks right there and then. Address those flaws, address those issues for concern, areas for concern, and move on. You know, sulking and procrastinating and thinking about previous things that are already done and dusted is not going to help you. It's not going to help you. The best thing you can do in these circumstances, when you've had a bad day and you're not happy with your results, you're not happy with your week even, is to find out where you went wrong and then try and make sure that it doesn't happen again and move on. No sulking, no crying, no moaning, no whinging. You've been knocked off the horse. Sometimes it's a bit embarrassing. Sometimes you feel a sense of shame when you've told people that you were going to do something and you've stumbled. The best warriors are the people that get back on the horse. The best fighters are the people that get back on the horse. They realize that they slipped up and they made a mistake, but they quite simply get up, dust themselves off, and get back on the horse and keep going. They're the people that are sat on people's calendars on the front of their fridges right now. Say, look at that guy, look at the company he built. Look at that guy, I love all of his films. Look at that guy, he's got an amazing series or podcast, or look at all the medals that he won. Those are the guys. Get used to failure. Get used to slipping up and making mistakes and having bad days every now and again. Okay, it's going to happen. But also get used to dusting yourself off and getting back on the horse quickly. There's no time for whinging, moaning, and sulking. There's no time for getting in your own self-pity too much and wallowing and, oh, you know, I messed up here, I'm a failure. No, you're not. But you will be if you keep telling yourself that, and you will be if you keep wallowing. So look, the next time you have a bad day or a bad moment or a stumble, we all have them. We all have them. Make sure that you react quickly. You get back on the horse. You address the problems for what they are. You analyze the situation for what it is. You say, this is where I messed up. This is where I'm not going to mess up again. And you get going again and start building and building and building again. You must be resilient. You must be willing to dust yourself off and get back on the horse. And then you must be consistent. And that consistency will lead to great momentum, and that momentum will lead you to making changes that you had previously thought to be impossible within your life. I promise you, you're capable of far more than you believe you are. You just need to stop punishing yourself when things go wrong, get back on the horse, be consistent, and allow that momentum to build up, and things will change. Well, look, guys, I hope you took some value from this video today. If you did take some value, make sure to smash the like button. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to my channel for much more from me. Comment your thoughts down below as always. Look, for those of you that watch the channel and you're not aware, I do offer my one-to-one coaching services. So if there are any problems or struggles that you're going through right now that you'd like to speak to somebody about, I'd be really happy to speak with you about those issues. All you've got to do is click the link down below in the description of this video and book yourself a slot. And also for you guys that are looking for a bit of a community of like-minded individuals, I do run a free men's Discord community. There's over 25 guys in there right now making some great changes both personally and professionally. So if you want to join a community of inspired young men and start making some of those changes yourself, be sure to click on the link, join the community, and we'll be really happy to welcome you when you're in there. But look, as always, guys, thank you very much for your time and your attention, and I will see you in the next one.